Finally, Adobe has released an AI tool that's actually useful. Until now, Photoshop's AI tools have been
garbage.
If you've ever struggled with putting a product on a different background where the lighting looks totally off, I'll show you Photoshop's new Harmonize feature that fixes the problem. Even if you're not a designer, I'll show you how to get similar effects using ChatGPT. And if you work with designers, let them know about this new tool. We'll go from the clunky old way to the fast AI way to the new Photoshop beta way, so you can see exactly what works best and when. Okay, let's do this the old school way. First, let's say you've got this perfume bottle and you've got a new background that you want to put it in. First of all, let's work on the background. So let's use the remove tool. The remove tool is now updated. It's actually really good. So we'll just remove this perfume bottle here and make sure to get the reflections as well. Okay, it's done a really good job. Now, let's widen this out so it's 16 by 9 as well. This is one of the few things that I have been using Photoshop for in the last few months, at least their generative features, because Adobe Firefly sucks. So we'll just go generate. Okay, it's done a pretty good job. This is one thing that Adobe Firefly is actually good for. It's given us 3 different versions. Let's just go with the first one. Now let's get our perfume bottle here. And we'll just click remove background. A new feature is that if you default to cloud, it's going to remove the background more accurately than it used to. So I'm going to do that. And it's done a fantastic job. Now, it looks completely off, right? It does not look like the lighting matches whatsoever. So what you would usually do is play with the curves a little bit and see if we can get that to match the lighting a little bit. We might add a reflection by duplicating this layer and then flipping it vertically. We'll put it underneath, and then with a soft brush, we'll just paint that out. So it looks like that's being reflected in the table. We could play around with a bunch of different settings. Like the lighting is coming from the wrong direction. So we've got a problem there already. And it's just going to take so much work. So let's try it a different way. Let's just grab our background here, copy it, and go over to Sora. Now, I use Sora over ChatGPT because it's going to give us 2 different versions, and it gives us a little bit more control. So we'll paste the image in there, and then we will grab our image of the perfume bottle. We'll apply that layer mask, copy it, and paste that into Sora as well. And we can just say, put the perfume bottle on the table to the left of the necklace. And we'll see what happens. I'm also going to try it in OpenArt and use the Flux model. Now, I'm not sponsored by OpenArt. It's just something that's really convenient and pretty cheap to use. There are a bunch of image models that you can use, a bunch of video models that you can use. But anyway, we've got Flux Context Pro selected, and we will upload our 2 images. I've actually saved my 2 images from Photoshop, and one is the background JPEG and one is the perfume bottle. One of the advantages about using Flux over ChatGPT or Sora is that you can do it in 16 by 9. Like the image that Sora is going to put out is going to be 2 by 3. We just go down to our output size here, and we've got way more choice than we do in ChatGPT. And then we'll just type in here exactly the same prompt that we did into Sora. And it works super fast, way faster than ChatGPT. That's not to say that ChatGPT isn't great for a lot of images. Let's check out our Sora images. That's done a fantastic job. I really like that. It's slightly changed the dimensions, but that's fine. Let's go back to Photoshop and compare. So this is what we had before. And this is our image from Sora. Let's just check the typography here. It looks like it's got it mostly right. ChatGPT is really good at typography, and fortunately, Flux is pretty good now. But we'll see soon whether or not Flux has done as good a job as Sora/ChatGPT. But like I said, we're still going to have to fill in the sides here because it's given us a 2x3 image. So while it's doing that, let's check back on what Flux has done. Whoops, I did 9x16. Let's run that again at 16x9. My bad. Super fast. So let's check these out. Looks kind of fake. Too big. At least it's got the lighting right. I don't see any reflections here. So Flux has not done a wonderful job for us. And ChatGPT has actually done the best job. So let's stick with our ChatGPT image. And there we have it. Now let's try the same thing in Photoshop Beta. We'll copy our background image. We'll go to Photoshop Beta and paste it in. We'll paste in our perfume bottle. Put it there. And we'll just click Harmonize. It will cost generative credits to do that. More on that later. And look at that. Fantastic. It's made the colors perfect. It's given us 3 different versions. And in this third version, it's actually got the direction of the light right as well. And you can see the reflections there too. So that's fantastic. So just to recap, this was our very quickly done version, the old way with Photoshop. We could have spent a lot more effort on it, to be honest. But it would have taken so much time. This was ChatGPT's version here, which is great, but it has totally changed the actual background image and the lighting and everything, though it's incorporated the bottle really well. Although it has changed the shape of the bottle a little bit too. So using ChatGPT is great for concepting. And then when we really want granular control, that's when we can finally use Photoshop usefully by using that Harmonize feature. One note about this is if we grab the Harmonize layer and move it around, you see that it has generated all those reflections and other bits and pieces as well. We would have to regenerate that if we wanted to shift the position of the harmonized bottle. Another quick example, let's get my quietly smart robot and put him in an office. He needs a background. Okay, so let's just click Generative Fill and we'll write a smooth claymation office environment with no people. The dominant colors should be purple and teal. I am not expecting great things here. Let's click Generate and see what Firefly can do. And let's do the same thing in Sora. Oh my God. Well, yep. This is Firefly's answer, and it's absolutely god-awful. I'm sure Sora is going to do a much better job. And sure enough, it has. There's a little bit too much purple, a little bit too much teal, but that's fine. I think I'm going to grab this one. I'll just copy that, bring it back over to Photoshop. Definitely delete that Firefly generation because it's no good for full image generation. We'll paste that in here. And unfortunately, once again, we have to fill out the image sides to get it to 16 by 9. So just click Generative Fill and Generate. Now we want to put in our robot here, maybe standing next to the chair. And click Harmonize. While it's doing that, we'll go into Sora and choose that same robot. I've already got it saved in my library. So I'll just choose him and I'll say, add the robot into the picture to the left of the chair. And let it do its thing. Let's go back to Photoshop and see what kind of job that's done. Pretty good. Not bad. I don't like the colors on the face because it's changed it to be kind of orangey in that version. That one's a little bit better. And that's pretty bang on. I would still change this yellow. I would go into here and make this a little bit more yellow like he looks originally. It's done a fantastic job of matching the lighting and the colors. Let's see what kind of job Sora does. Sora has done a fantastic job too. It's not quite in the position that I want it to be, but the colors are slightly better matched than what we get in Photoshop. So for granular control, Photoshop, this new feature is absolutely fantastic. But if you want to get a rough direction, still using Sora or ChatGPT is a great way to go. Just a note about generative credits. Each one of those will cost you 1 credit. If you've got a normal subscription, you'll get 500 per month. If you're on the free plan using Photoshop Express, you still get 50 credits. So that's pretty good. So Photoshop's Firefly model still sucks for image generation, and until now has only been useful for changing the sizes of images for me. But the Harmonize tool actually delivers. Just a reminder that you need to download the beta version of Photoshop to access it right now. Even on the free plan, you should have more than enough credits to use it every day. If you found this video useful, try it out for yourself, subscribe, send it to your team, or hit me up if you want to geek out about AI. My links are in the description below. See you in the next one.